just finished watching X-Men 97 episode 5. If you're watching this review, then it's because you already know about the series or you're curious what people are saying. Um, I cried. Yeah, I'm gonna get straight to it. I cried, but um, I have an audience that watches me that doesn't know what this is or remembers X Men but don't understand what's going on. So let me just give a brief understand history of what this is. Right. So as you can see, I'm up to here. I'm lucky. I'm in an Airbnb right now, so I'm lucky they have Disney. I don't have Disney at the moment, but I'm probably going to be forced to get Disney just because I need to make sure I'm up on this series. So basically, around in the 90s, they used to have X Men, and I think the last episode of X Men show, and I think you could watch it on regular television, was '96. For whatever reason, they stopped showing the show. But now they revamped the show and now they have a new show called X-Men 97. All the way in 2024, they've been debuting the show, comes out once a week. And for the most part, every episode, except for this one, this was like no significance, was really good. And let me see if I can get the remote to talk. Let's go up to each episode. Now, if you haven't seen the series, I'm not gonna mess it up for you. Well, if you're watching this video right now and you haven't seen it, yeah, I'm probably gonna mess it up for you. All right. So, for whatever it's worth, if you made it to this point, go watch the video. All right. It's gonna be. You can watch it in a day and then come back to this review afterwards. But yeah. So episode 1. Really good introduction into the series. Really good introduction. It ends with Magneto showing up for a surprise. This episode is where things got a little wackier. I guess at the end of this episode and the beginning of this episode, things got a little wackier for this couple right here. It introduced a love triangle and also for this gentleman and that gentleman right here. And this people right here. Matter of fact, all this side of the table, interestingly enough. Um, let's just fast forward to this episode right here. Oh my God. So much emotion on this episode right here. Now, I'm gonna be totally honest. When I was watching this episode, I was like, man, this is like X-Men 97 has just become such a love series. And I was telling myself, should I watch this? Should I? I was like, watch it, bro. Just watch it. Watch it. It's been good to you so far, except for this episode right here. Watch it. But it was so, I ain't gonna lie, I was so pinned into like paying attention to what was gonna happen between Gambit. Because I really wanted Gambit to hook up with Rogue. But ever since Magneto showed up, it was like, wait a minute, Magneto and Rogue got a thing. And I used to read comics and like read the cards of their powers and stuff like that. So I remember there was something going on with Rogue and Magneto can touch in a way. And I think they had a baby too, in a way. We'll figure that out. But when I saw that, I was like, damn. I was pissed off, actually, because you could see Gambit just playing his side role. He's trying to hook up with Rogue. Rogue in the room, kissing Magneto. And Gambit over there like, I've been trying to get at you for all this time. So in this episode, this guy's telling him, yo, you need to go for it. What's up, Rachel? What's going on? You got to watch this episode. This episode is so good. So this guy is telling I forgot his name. Nightcrawler is telling Gambit, go for it, man. You're wasting your time. So Gambit getting all dressed up and everything. Magneto reaches Rogue first and say, I want you to be my queen. And I'm like, oh! And he applying that pressure on her. But Magneto is a man himself. He's like, listen, man, you got to figure out what you finna do between me and Gambit. Now Magneto be clowning Gambit when they next to each other, but like when he's not with Gambit, he speaks of him in with respect. And he's like, look, you got to figure it out. But he was like, look, I really want you to be with me. It seems like Rome already made up her mind, but she had to tell Gambit the truth. So she told Gambit the truth. Gambit is listening to the story, pissed off, and you know how you play with cards. He just throwing all the cards into the fire, like, he put his cards in and they all got burnt. Basically, he put his cards in and they all got burnt. So Gambit, being the man that he is, he's like, all right, if you want to be with him, you trust him, he's not gonna break your heart. And she's like, you a gambling man. Is that what you wager? You know, she has this like Louisiana accent. And Gambit and Moncherie, he got like a Louisiana thing too going on, right? But a French Louisiana thing. Anyway, so he's like, yeah. And he's like, look, you want to be on fine. I will remain friends with you. We can still be friends. Not like, oh, I don't want to deal with you. We can still be friends. The next scene is a dance between her and Magneto. And it's a bunch of people at this ballroom, just dancing and celebrating, bunch of mutants. They're on this mutant island. And all of a sudden, the Sentinels came into the island and start tearing shit up on this damn island. Tearing shit up. And Gambit became a beast, man. Bro, destroyed. Everybody was beasting up. Gambit and Magneto. And I guess they did that because they killed Gambit and Magneto. What made me cry at the end of this video is what made me cry watching this episode was because of this guy and her dynamic. So she made a choice to go with Magneto because she could never feel him. She said, look, we could never be together because I can never touch you. I can't touch you. This man, when Magneto died, Rogue went crazy. She went crazy. She was going to just try to blow up something, but he knew she was not strong enough. So he got her out the way. All right, you gotta I'm telling you this story. Like, you gotta go watch it. I didn't really ruin too much, right? And he got her out the way. And then, when he got her out the way, he beat up. It's like this little man going against Godzilla, the Sentinel. Oh my God. And you see it and you're like, no way. No way is Gambit. But Gambit been balling in this episode. The animation was so good in this episode. No way is Gambit going to be able to do something with this thing. But somehow you believe. You believe. And then boom. Gambit goes crazy. He gets up on there. And then he gets caught up with the damn Sentinel. He gets caught up with the Sentinel. Oh my God. You think he's dead. But you're like, oh, he's not dead. Is he dead? No, he's not dead. Right? But the Sentinel's like, man, I'm going to get you out of here real quick. That's when Gambit did something crazy and sacrificed his life. And to save everybody. To save everybody there. Everybody on the mutant island. I've never seen a scene where Gambit, I love Gambit, but I've never seen a scene where Gambit goes so hard. Or Magneto. Magneto went, bro, this was better than the live action movies. This was better than a lot of Marvel movies that come out, that real live action. This was really good. This episode, I watched a lot of anime. This episode, is up there in the cartoon books of of history of anime of everything. This is a top 10 episode uh, of this year, man. And this is we only on episode 5. I really think episode 4 paid the way for episode 5, because episode 4 was this mediocre, if anything. But this episode 5, oh my God, I haven't watched episode 6 yet. I haven't watched because there's so much stuff going on. But episode 5 went crazy. And then, Rogue she lost her mind. Because first Magneto is dead, and now he sacrificed himself. He's dead. Gambit is dead. Now, Rogue can't, if you know Rogue's power, she can't touch people. The only person she could touch was Magneto. The only person she could touch was Magneto because of his magnetic powers. But in this scene, you see her touching him without her gloves. And she's crying out to Gambit. Because she's crying out to Gambit and she's saying, I can feel you, Gambit. I can, and it was so poetic. I cried. You could probably, I don't know if you could see any, but when I saw that, I cried. It was so poetic. It's like, here's a man that wanted to be with you so bad, but you couldn't feel him until his death. That is some writing right there, people. Now, I thought this was going to just be, you know how men tend to watch cartoons like these for the action, right? But this episode not only drawn me into the action, which didn't have a lot of it in the beginning. It was action, but more of a love action type of thing. It was action. It was like man. It was like a triangle thing, but you get drawn in because so many people involved, so many pieces involved. And you can't just go straight to this episode. You have to watch every episode. You could probably skip this one. I don't know. Maybe. Oh, no, this one at the end, something happened this one you need to know. So, yeah, you got to watch every episode, right? But it draws you in because there's so many pieces. And then there's a part where there's Wolverine, and Wolverine loves Jean. Wolverine loves him some Jean. But Wolverine was not playing that game today. He was not playing it. I have watched other people's reviews. Tony Baker said it really good, where he said that Jean basically put up his barriers. As soon as what happened between, not Jean, Wolverine put up his barriers as soon as what happened between Wolverine and Jean happened. Wolverine was not having that as much as he loves him some Jean. He was not having it. In this episode, you think Gambit about to get some, because the other girl looking at Gambit like, oh, poor baby, your girl done went with Magneto. Let me give you some. I thought that was going to happen. I said, damn, this thing crazy, because she looked like she about to get up and give him some. But that dude, the other dude like her. And the other dude got a baby with her. What's going on here? It was like, this is like WWE, right? You know how men don't watch soap operas per se. That's like something more women watch, right? Not to say that not all men don't watch it, but right, but they do in a way. They don't know they do. So like wrestling, WWE, WWF, that's like a male soap opera, because there's always a story to it. It's more than just people wrestling each other and pinning each other. There's always a backstory. That's what WWE and Monday Night Raw, all that, just the whole wrestling environment um, does so well. They make sure that people know the story and the pieces in line, just kind of like a soap opera. But at the end, there's gonna be a fight to settle it all. So that's why men like it. You know what I mean? Some of the guys are good, and then they turn bad characters, like where Rock is. But man, oh my God, 10 out of 10 episode. All right, guys, go watch it. Um, X-Men 97 on Disney Plus. All right, I'm gonna tell you right now, I ain't really. I always thought about Disney Plus, but I was like, man, I ain't gonna watch that junk. It wasn't until like when I was in Colombia, um, that I was staying in another Airbnb and it had Disney Plus on it. And I was like, let me see what Disney Plus had. And Disney Plus is straight, it's cool. I'm gonna show you a little bit. I'm not getting paid by Disney Plus, but just in case my audience don't know anything about Disney Plus and want to go ahead and get them some Disney Plus. You know what I'm saying? So I'm using someone else's account at the moment. Right. So let's see if we can go to. All right. Let's see. All right. So hold on. Press play. Let me see if it'll let me scroll. You can see. Yeah, you could tell I'm not using. All right. Let's go here. Home. Right here. Now you're gonna see why Disney Plus is cool. So this is like one of their front pages, and so you have movies from Disney, Pixar, Marvel, Star Wars, National Geographic. So like, I really love Star Wars, but I haven't seen all these side series, these cartoons and stuff, all these actually um, side movies and stuff. This is where I go for that. Marvel. So you want to get into the Marvel universe, where we just was watching X-Men, you go here. Pixar, movies from Pixar, they here. Disney movies, they here. So it's you already know Disney be having these big movies. You know what I'm saying? So like, then every bit Disney movie that out is here. If it's on DVD, most likely it's here. All right? And they make it easy for you too. I think they even put some of the stuff in its proper timeline. You know what I mean? Keep in mind, I'm in Brazil at the moment, so my Disney Plus might be showing a lot of Brazil, Disney, Latin content as well. But that's what Disney Plus here. Uh, let's look at the Star Wars package that they got here. You see that? You see that? You know what I'm saying? So they got originals here, Bad Batch, History of the Jedi. Look at all these animated series right here, and it keeps going. Like Star Wars is such a huge franchise. It's ridiculous. And then we go here, and it keeps going. So you got these films here, Return of the Jedi. Everything's in Spanish. Look, right? I think they put it in chronological order. If no, that's not a chronological order. If they did, I think you can ask. Like, there's a setting where you can't put it in chronological order because this is episode 1 right here. So 2, 3, and then you go back to 4 right there. 4, 5, 6. It's really good. It's really good. And then you got all these other stuff right here. Rogue One. I haven't watched no Han Solo. I didn't watch that. But you see how they have it set up like this. So Han Solo probably is somewhere between this stuff right here. Han Solo. You know what I mean? Right there. Before episode 4 started. And yeah, so you got all this stuff here. Boom, boom. Look, it just keeps going, man. If you like some Star Wars too, they have that, and they also have some Indiana Jones, a lot of fantasy film and stuff like that. But episode 5, Magnifico. Okay, I'm gonna upload this video, guys. 'Cause normally I just share this with you. We do live stream, but I'm going to upload this video, and I'll be right back. All right. Let me end this video, and I'll be right back for another video. Okay. Another video. Y'all want to know if the water in the Airbnbs is good. Let's find out. Come on. All right. See you. I'll be right back. Yo.